The 2027 Chevrolet Traverse is doing something that most three-row SUVs at this price point simply aren't, offering more interior space than anything else in the segment. Backed by a feature list that makes the base trim feel like a mid-tier package. If you're shopping for a family SUV that can handle 7 passengers, a full load of cargo, and a real-world towing job without forcing you into a full-size truck budget, this breakdown is going to tell you everything you need to know before you step into a dealership. Most buyers assume the Traverse is just another safe, forgettable family hauler, but a couple of its strengths are genuinely hard to match, and a couple of its weaknesses are exactly the kind that don't show up on a spec sheet until you've already signed the paperwork. Let's start with what the Traverse is getting right, beginning with the thing that matters the most in this class. Number 3, cavernous cabin. Anyone who has ever tried to pack a family of 5 or more into a 3-row SUV knows exactly how quickly 3 rows of seating can become a marketing claim that reality doesn't back up. Third rows that only fit children, second rows that eat into legroom, cargo areas that disappear the moment you actually use all the seats. These are frustrations that buyers in this class run into constantly. The Traverse is going to solve most of those problems in one shot. Space is genuinely where this SUV separates itself from the competition. First row legroom is coming in at 44.3 inches, second row at 41.5 inches, and the third row, the one most rivals treat as an afterthought, is sitting at 32.1 inches. Those are figures that actually allow adults to ride back there without spending the whole trip with their knees in their chest. Behind the third row, 22.9 cubic feet of cargo space is available with all seats up, expanding to 56.6 cubic feet with the third row folded, and all the way to nearly 98 cubic feet with both rear rows down. But space alone isn't enough to justify a purchase, and the next pro is going to show that Chevy has been putting real thought into the equipment list too. Number 2, loads of standard features. There's a particular kind of frustration that comes with buying an SUV in this price range, loading it up with what seem like reasonable options, and watching the final price climb several $1,000s past what you budgeted. The Traverse is going to make that experience a lot less painful than most of its competitors. Even the base LT trim is arriving with a feature list that would have been considered a mid-tier package just a few years ago. Every 2027 Traverse is coming standard with a massive 17.7-inch infotainment touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charging pad, 6 USB ports across all 3 rows, remote start, heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, a hands-free power liftgate, and a full suite of driver assistance technology, including adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, forward and reverse automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, and automatic high beams. That's a lot of boxes checked before you've spent a single dollar on options. The available Super Cruise hands-free driving system is also on the table, making longer highway trips a genuinely more relaxed experience. Number 1, decent engine power. Walk into any 3-row SUV shopping conversation, and one of the first questions on the table is whether the engine is actually going to keep up once the truck is loaded with passengers, luggage, and a trailer attached to the hitch. Underpowered family haulers are a real frustration, and the kind that tends to reveal itself at the worst possible moments, like merging onto a highway with 7 people on board. The Traverse is addressing that concern with a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder that's producing 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque, paired with an 8-speed automatic and available all-wheel drive. Those numbers translate into real-world usability. Around town and at lower speeds, the turbo engine's low-end torque delivery is making the Traverse feel responsive and capable, without demanding that you bury the throttle just to keep pace with traffic. Towing capacity is rated at 5,000 pounds when properly equipped, enough to handle a decent-sized boat or a loaded camper trailer. Fuel economy is landing around 22 miles per gallon combined for front-wheel drive models, which is respectable for a vehicle this size. The powertrain isn't going to win any performance awards, but it's doing exactly what a family SUV needs to do, moving people and cargo efficiently without drama. But now that the strong points are on the table, it's time to look at the other side. And the Traverse has a few things that are going to give careful buyers some real pause. Here are the 3 cons that every potential Traverse buyer needs to know about, starting with the build quality. Number 3, cheap-looking interior. The Traverse's cabin is spacious and well-organized, but the materials telling the story of that interior aren't going to impress anyone coming from a Kia Telluride or a Hyundai Palisade. Plasticky panels, surfaces that look and feel lower rent than the price tag would suggest, and an interior design that reads more functional than premium. These are complaints showing up consistently across expert reviews and owner feedback. Road noise is a constant companion on the highway, and bumps have a way of triggering rattles from various points around the cabin, which is something that becomes harder to ignore on longer trips. The seats in the first row are comfortable and well heated, but second and third row cushioning is on the firm side, which starts to matter once the drive goes beyond an hour. For a truck ranked 16th out of 18 mid-size 3-row SUVs by Edmunds, the interior feel is a meaningful part of why rivals are pulling ahead. The Traverse is useful, but it doesn't feel as thoughtfully finished as the competition, and the ride experience outside isn't doing much to help close that gap either, which is exactly where we're heading next. Number 2. Ride could be smoother. One of the things families rely on most in a road trip SUV is a ride that doesn't have everyone white-knuckling the armrests every time the road surface changes. The Traverse is going to disappoint in that department more often than its size and price suggest it should. On smooth pavement, the truck is composed and comfortable, but potholes, ruts, and rough road sections are coming through more directly than most buyers in this segment are going to expect. Testing has confirmed that the ride quality over bumps is on the firm side, particularly on higher trims equipped with larger wheels. The recommendation from reviewers is to stick with 18-inch wheels over the larger options, since the additional tire sidewall does a measurably better job of absorbing impacts before they reach the cabin. Chevy's own test data showed braking distances that lagged behind rivals. Stopping from 70 miles per hour required 178 feet, which is longer than what most competitors are managing. The handling is safe and stable, but it isn't the kind of composed, planted experience that the best SUVs in this class are delivering. The Traverse is comfortable enough for most buyers, but not as comfortable as it should be at this price. And the last con is probably the most significant competitive disadvantage the Traverse is carrying into 2027. Number 1. Rivals are available as hybrids. Here's a question that an increasing number of 3-row SUV buyers are asking at the dealership. Can I get this with a hybrid powertrain? For the Traverse, the answer is no, and that's becoming a harder gap to overlook as the competition keeps moving forward. The Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid, the Hyundai Palisade Hybrid, and the Kia Telluride Hybrid are all available right now, offering meaningfully better fuel economy in the same general price bracket. The Grand Highlander Hybrid is returning up to 36 miles per gallon combined, compared to the Traverse's 22, which translates to a very real difference in annual fuel costs for families putting serious mileage on their SUV. This isn't just about fuel savings. A hybrid powertrain in a vehicle this size often also means more low-end torque, smoother power delivery, and in some cases, enough electric range to handle daily commutes without touching the gas engine. The Traverse is offering none of that. Therefore, buyers who are cross-shopping and have fuel efficiency or electrification on their priority list are going to find it very difficult to choose the Traverse over a Palisade Hybrid or a Grand Highlander Hybrid at similar price points. Chevy hasn't announced any hybrid option for the Traverse lineup, which means this gap isn't closing anytime soon. So that's the full picture on the 2027 Chevrolet Traverse. The cabin space is genuinely class-leading. The standard feature list is punching well above its price point, and the turbocharged 4-cylinder is delivering enough grunt to handle real family hauling without breaking a sweat. But the interior materials aren't living up to what the price tag is promising. The ride over rough surfaces is firmer than the competition, and the complete absence of a hybrid option is going to cost Chevy real consideration from buyers who are watching fuel costs and cross-shopping the Grand Highlander Hybrid, Palisade Hybrid, and Telluride Hybrid. The Traverse is a genuinely capable family hauler, but whether it's the right one for you is going to come down to whether maximum space matters more to you than maximum refinement. With all these strengths and weaknesses, it's clear that it all comes down to the matter of preference. Therefore, if you're looking for something more upscale, something that can make any premium SUV run for its money, make sure to check out our video about the 2027 Mazda CX-90. It's large and practical, but it's also the most engaging and most luxurious option in the mainstream segment.